Mike here again, and today I'm doing part 7 of my 7-part series on doing video editing and content creation on an iOS device. Now, the previous videos I was dealing with creating thumbnails, so in this last and final video I'm going to go back to video editing. And the reason I left this one last is because this is actually a pretty good alternative to iMovie. So if you do not like iMovie, this just gives you a few more options, so it's worth checking out. This is, again, Pinnaclestudiopro. Now this app costs about $12, but you can get the non-pro version, Pinnacle Studio, and it's a little limited in features compared to the pro version, but you can download it for free and you can try it just to see if you want to buy the pro version. So the free version is good enough where you can get an idea of, hey, I want to use this app, or I don't want to use this app. So like I said, this is a video editing app, so I'm going to kind of show you couple demos. This is not a tutorial, so it's not going to be that in-depth. I just kind of want to show you what the app looks like and what you can do with it. So let's get started. What's up, and welcome to my final video of my 7-part app series for the iPad Pro for creating videos, editing, and now of course making video thumbnails. But the last one I want to look at is it's more of an honorable mention. It's one that I use sometimes when I don't feel like using iMovie, but it's called Pinnacle Pro. So let's open this guy up. Now, there is a free version of this, but if you buy the app, it's about $12 or so. But it's a really well-made app, well-designed. So I'll just open up an existing product. But as you can see, when you first open the app, this is what you get. If you touch the little plus button, you can create a new project, or you can edit an existing, but we'll go ahead and start one. And you can of course name it what you want. And when you first do this, it's going to of course bring up the moments. And this is out of your camera roll, so what is on your iPad itself, and then you can hit albums, and it's broken down. So we'll go videos, and I don't know, I'm just going to pick this one, even though I've already done it. And so when you click on this, you can of course scrub and cut and paste what you want into the timeline down below. So you just hit the down arrow, and of course it dropped it into my timeline. And as you can see, you can scrub with your finger. And for the most part, it'll be a live scrub. And it's very much works like you would expect with iMovie for iOS. So if you use iMovie, this is fairly similar. It just adds a few more features. So. But the interface is fairly the same, so you can't see where my finger's at, but if I touch the movie and I move it left to right, it drags it along the timeline, and you can see the red line right above the 4 on the bottom of the screen, and that's where it's scrubbing at in the video, and you'll get that in your preview window. And of course, you can look at all the functions. I wish there was a way to kind of show you where I'm looking, but we'll just start at the top left where you got the home button, and then so you hit home. That's of course where you get back to this. So we're going to keep my project 4, and then below the home is where we're at right now, which is your album. So of course it's looking in your iPad, so it's looking at my moments and then my albums, and of course you can access all your albums. And below that you've got a little Pinnacle Media folder, and this is backgrounds. So if you click on this, there's essentially 8. And these backgrounds is what they are. It's just like it says, background. So I'll pick one just to show you. So I haven't used any of these yet, but this is what it looks like. If you hit play, so you can have this in your background. But the only bad thing is it will overlay on the video. Is what I mean that I'll show you. So we'll stop this. So when I add this, of course, first it's got the background, and then it'll go to my movie. But if I want to merge them, which you can, I just hold it down and I tap it on top. So it gives you replace, keep link, and then picture in picture. So what I mean is, so here's your background, which really doesn't do much for you in this case. It makes it a picture in picture. And you can do the opposite, where I can have my video picture in picture in this, so I can maybe have this on the side. So it's not really that useful that I've found so far. but it's there. So another thing, the one real gripe that I don't like about this app is you notice I hit play and the background doesn't do anything. So I hit play again, so it's not really playing. So you see it says tap here to render right over the Techno GI watermark. So if I hit that, it'll render. And you've got to do this anytime you add a layer. You got to do this. So it takes time, which I don't like. So this is the main reason I stopped using this over iMovie for iOS, because it's, especially with 4K video, when you apply any kind of filter or layer or edit, you got to hit render, and it takes for quite a while with 4K video. So you're constantly having to wait, and you can't do anything while it's doing this. So as you can see, this is taking forever right now. So I'm going to hit cancel on that, because that's one thing I hate. You really can't do anything with it. I mean, you can still keep editing and adding stuff, but you're not going to see the full effect when you hit play. So that's one thing I don't like about this. I think iMovie for iOS seems like it does it in the background constantly, which is awesome. So if they would add that to this app, then I would probably switch to this over iMovie for iOS, because it is a good app. But those are the backgrounds. And then music, of course. You've got all these songs that you can get. See, this is looking at my actual library right now. Let's see. Yeah. So this is actually looking at my library. And then if you go to effects, these are ones that come with the app. And so, for instance, cartoons. And all these are included. So we'll play one and see what happens. Maybe. Yeah. But there's quite a few effects, but that's the music, and there's also music that you can get from this. I don't see where it's at right now for some reason. Maybe it's right here. And you can import it from these sources as well. So I don't know why I'm not seeing it, but I know the option is there. So moving down to the lightning bolt, this is transitions. And some of these are kind of neat, but it's nothing more than, like I said, what it is, transitions. So, for instance, we'll go back to the timeline. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to cut it in half, just because I want to try adding a transition. And you just drag it where you want it, and there it is. So let's see.
Okay, now continuing on with my 7-part
and there's the
series.
transition. So it's there, it works, there's lots of different transitions. And then going to T is just what you would think, it's text. And so these are the options. Now the motion it's just various motion, and it gives you the preview over here on the side. So whether the text will slide in from the bottom, from the left, from the right, that's what that's for. And then you've got your fonts and colors. There's not a ton of fonts, which is a little disappointing, but they are there. And then finally, pictures. So, or I'm sorry, these are theme packs. And so these are actually kind of cool. So let me click back down here. So for instance, aerodynamic. It's kind of a preset template, so it'll give you a preview. So where it says 1 is where you would put your video or picture, your text, and just like it says, it's just a pre-canned montage, essentially. So it's kind of neat, and there's a fair amount of them to choose from. So you can see you got autumn, and these you can buy more, film strip, and it gives it more of a kind of a professional theme. So this is actually kind of neat, and I'm pretty sure you can go buy more. So yeah, where it's got the little plus, you can hit that, and you can get more. Yeah, so I can buy the Wham theme pack for $1.99, which is one thing that annoys me. Like I said, this app is about a $13 app. And it's made by Corel, which is a pretty big kind of manga studio maker. It's a good company, so it's a good product, but that's one thing, when you're already paying for the app, you shouldn't have to pay extra for themes. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, those are all the options on the left, and then if you keep going down, you got a little red button, and that is so you can record and do voiceover. So you can do voiceover all your videos, just like you can with iMovie. So, and that's just kind of a quick look at this. I mean, like I said, it does a lot of stuff, but like I said, this is just kind of a quick demo. So if you want to try it, you can get the free version. It's just a little limited, but it gives you enough to know what you're getting into if you want to buy the actual paid version. And of course, you got your share button up here, And this is where you can share it to, or you can save it. One thing I do like though, so if I pick photos, it gives you the option, so you can share it in all the way up to 4K. So I do like these export options, and then you can check different quality, you can change the frames per second. So this is one thing I do like about it. But that is not Premiere Pro. That is whatever this app is called, because I totally just spaced it in a nutshell. So, yeah, Pinnacle Pro. Totally forgot what the dang app was called. But that is Pinnacle Pro. It's fairly simple. It does a lot of stuff. It does more than iMovie, but I just hate that background rendering thing. So that's honestly why I quit using it. Just because when I add an effect, I want to see what it looks like without having to hit render. So, anyways, hopefully that helped you out. It's just a good alternative to iMovie. So if you were looking for something besides iMovie, I would definitely give Pinnacle Pro a shot. And if you don't want to pay the $12, try Pinnacle. And again, if you like it, it's always good to support the developer by buying the Pro version. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If so, give it a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed, go ahead and do so. Later.